Welcome to the week 28 celebration of Droughtlander. Yes, it has been 28 weeks since we've gotten a new episode of Outlander, and we don't know when the end is coming, but we do know it should be here sometime, hopefully before the end of summer. Let's all cross our fingers and hope. If you're wondering why this came out a little late today, it's because, I woke up feeling pretty not great, and it's a gloomy day outside. I got very little sleep, migraine, stuffy nose. I am vitamined, I am medicated, and pretty soon I will be asleep. So I'm going to try to get this done as quickly as I can so that I can get it to you before, say, 3 o'clock today. And we're going to start off with something a little fun from our mistress of Outlander herself, Diana Gabaldon. So this was off Diana Gabaldon on Facebook. It says, not to bore everybody with my family history, we don't mind, but this is kind of neat. There's a voice recording of a 16-minute interview with my great-grandfather, Stanley Sykes, made by a researcher for a collection at Northern Arizona University. The recording is dated 1949, so the sound quality isn't crystal clear, but it's pretty good. He's telling about his arrival in Flagstaff from England. That side of the family is from Yorkshire, in 1886 and what happened thereafter. So there is a link included if you would like to hear it. It's kind of cool. I always love a little history. My family came here in the 1920s. Early 1920s, if I'm correct, might be late teens. Both sides came from Europe, one Polish, one Russian, again, if I'm remembering correctly. And so my great-grandparents came over with my great-great-grandparents and met here in the States. So I know some of the basics of history, but I don't have a recording. This is super cool and awesome for Diana to be able to listen to a piece of her own family history. It's a rarity. And I wanted to share that bit first before I give you our normal throwback. This is our Throwback Thursday look, although it is a Wednesday way back from Batgirl. And this here is about as way back as you can way back in Outlander. This is a season 1. Claire is in her World War II nurse uniform. So it's one of those first flashbacks telling how she became who she is. It says, continuing way back Wednesday, a handful of you requested to see the older behind the scenes photos that I used to create my recent season 1 reel. We've seen that bit before. Here is one of the many photos provided by stars that I have in my collection. Originally posted February 21st of 2014, so 10 years ago, putting that fake blood to good use. Yeah, and Claire Randall, she was covered in quite a bit of gruesome stuff there at the beginning when we were seeing her pass there. And for some reason, I always get the idea that they're like splash it on her, but no, they're painting it delicately on her skin to make sure that it's probably consistent with the other takes. So, fun way to start us off, a little history for Diana and a little history for Outlander. And now we're going to look at some of the more current images because, well, our guys have been doing a little traveling, and I think I got one from David Barry that's before they're traveling to Australia, but since he's from there, I guess it's not a lot of traveling. Anywho, I've got some traveling photos. And my first one is Duncan Lacroix in Sydney. This is posted by Duncan. It says, Wednesday, rambling in Sydney, Australia. So yesterday, though it's Australia, so the hour difference was probably yesterday and then like 13 hours. But it's, you can see the theater right behind him. That would be the one place I would love to just go walk around. And Sydney is on my bucket list of places to visit. I just really don't know anybody down there, and I'm not sure I will ever get the chance. So thank you so much, Duncan. Let's see all of the images he's sharing here. Oh, there's a close-up of the theater. Oh, it's freaking cool. It's one of those, you got to recognize it. It's sort of like the Statue of Liberty or the pyramids in Egypt. There's something about it. You know exactly where you are, what you're looking at. Fantastically cool. This tree, however, actually this tree's kind of distinctive too. It looks like it's lost its bark from midway up. It's very interesting looking, though. It looks like it could be in, I don't know, like The Hobbit. Put Sam next to it with a little bit of the Hobbit makeup going on, and I think we'd have a neat little skit going on. Another reason to visit Australia is there are just things, plant life, animals, that, yeah, we might be able to see if we go to the zoo or go to a rare plants exhibit. But it's just so cool. You can just walk around and see, well, what people in Australia think are perfectly normal plants, but are pretty interesting to us folks from way, way away. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, more beautiful flowers. Oh, that's a lovely bloom. I like that. It's like a starburst looking thing, I guess. Interesting statue holding flowers. Now, did Duncan put the flowers there? Did people put that there? It looks like people have left little trinkets there. It's an interesting statue. If anybody knows what this is, let me know down below because Duncan does not give us a lot of details here. Oh, now that almost looks like an insect with the antlers, antenna coming out. It's an interesting plant, like from the back, from the side. Does it bloom? Oh, I love these. These are just crazy, crazy plants to me. I'm sorry. Oh, and another one of Duncan taking a look at the bridge behind him, the city. And yeah, just doing some sightseeing. I would love to be a star because then I can go places because people invited me. Oh, lovely animal. Now, that is one heck of a beak, man. I don't think that any of the other birds should fight with this sucker because they're probably going to get stabbed. That seems dangerous. Yeah, so if you have any information on any of those plants, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. All of that is crazy to me. Beautiful, interesting. Would love to go see it in person. I'm lucky enough that we get pictures from these people who travel. So thank you so much, Duncan, for sharing these images. Let's see what I've got next. Here's that one with David Barry that I wasn't sure how recent it was, to be honest. It looks like it's 3 days old, so this really could be Duncan how as he arrived in Australia visiting his good friend David Barry. This one is Outlander Online, new photo of David Barry and Duncan Lacroix, and they're giving credit for the photo to Duncan Lacroix because he is obviously an amazing photographer. He's able to know these people and take pictures of them and himself as well. So, you know, good on you, Duncan. Thank you so much. And yes, I'm just being goofy now. Really, really cool to see them hanging out. I am so jealous of everybody in Sydney and in Melbourne who are able to meet these guys up close and personal. I can't even request them for my convention because, well, maybe I can request Duncan. He shouldn't be filming in season 8, should he? No, I don't think so. I wonder if it's too late. I think I have to write an email when I'm done with this. Now, let's move on to the next image and see what we've got going. More Duncan. Duncan really enjoyed taking pictures. This one is shared by Tash. Finally, the tall Scottish guy has arrived in Sydney because it's not just Duncan. Sam's right there with him. Welcome down under. Sam Heughan, have a fabulous time. I do hope he has a fabulous time. It's got to be very cool to be able to meet up with all these folks that you don't really get to see unless you happen to be filming together or have an event. So I'm going to assume when they get together, it's like meeting up with family you haven't seen for a while. There's hugs, there's drinks, good food, and a lot of pictures. Like this one from John Bell. Aw, good day, mate. John in Sydney for Outlander. And so, yeah, everybody's getting in on the images, and he's taking a picture with, I'm going to assume, a fan and not his grandmother because, well, you know, they're in Sydney, and I doubt his grandma came with them. And doesn't he just look cheery and happy to be with a fan? That's why I love a lot of these stars, because they don't look put out when their fans are just thrilled to be in their presence. They're almost always, you see, with smiles, just glad to have people around who appreciate their work. And so that's why, another reason why I just love these guys. And quite frankly, most of the actors on Star Trek too, generally so generous with their time, and just love it, love it, love it. I do have one more image here of Sam coming for you. Now, I know some of you wish Sam was coming for you, but this picture is coming at you right now. And here we have Sam. It almost looks like he is dressed for a workout, maybe out on a run in Sydney. This one says, Sam Heughan, oh, hi, Bondi. And then AU for Australia. Excited to meet everyone tomorrow and Saturday in Sydney, or join myself and the Sunburnt Gang in Melbourne Sunday. Tickets available and at the Hub Stereo. Apologies there. And so let's look at some of the other pictures he's got here. I am sure they are some good ones. Oh, okay. Surfboards. Makes perfect sense in Australia. Here, surfing is just like the thing. It's like being in California here in the States. If you're in Australia, you're surrounded by water. People are going to surf. Wonder if Sam surfed. And there's that picture again we saw just a bit ago. I'm going to go ahead and skip it. But hi, Duncan. Nice to see you again. Ooh, that one's pretty. That is a lovely scene. I don't even know what to do. I love it. Again, he and Graham, I think it's because they travel together and they have seen a lot of sunsets. But they are great at capturing the sun coming up, the sun going down, just these beautiful views. And I adore them for sharing them with us. And I know that that is a short and sweet little video. I expect to have a lot of images after the conventions for Outlander, after things are posted by fans, by the guys themselves. So hopefully next Monday, Tuesday, when I get the next video out, we'll have quite a few things to share about their adventures down under. Once again, I do want to thank everybody for stopping by and having a view of this video. I so appreciate it. And for those of you who are Spanish speaking, I'm seeing a lot of requests for subtitles. I unfortunately do not have enough knowledge about Spanish to provide subtitles myself. I also don't have enough cash to pay somebody else to do it. We are literally waiting for YouTube to automatically create and generate those subtitles for you. I do not know how to make them any faster. All I can say is that if you come to this channel and appreciate the subtitles being in your language, you may want to wait a day or two before you come and check out a new video. I wish I had a better answer for you. Again, I just don't have the knowledge necessary to create subtitles for each of these videos, especially in a timely manner. But no, not enough language skills to try to do it myself. So I do apologize for those of you who wait, but I so appreciate that you come here to get information, and I hope it doesn't put you off having to wait a bit. Now, if you do like the content here, please do not forget to hit like. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and always hit that notification bell if you want a notification for the next video as it comes out. Of course, be aware that I don't just talk about Outlander, so you may get notifications for other shows, reviews, updates, that kind of stuff. Thanks again to my members and Patreons. Your continued support, it just is so helpful in the little things. I've recently purchased something that should be here in a few weeks, but will allow me to green screen if that ever becomes something necessary. And there's been a time or two where I wish I could have. So that stand a little extra expense, and that is thanks to you that I'm able to get that. And again, do a little something more with this channel, hopefully. Now, if you didn't get enough Outlander information, happen to like Star Trek and like to see what I do for those videos, or would like to know about anything else I happen to post around here, please go ahead and check out any of my other videos after my outtakes here. And as always, I'll see you there. And we're going to start off with something We're going to start out with something I can't. We'll have quite a few things to share about their extent.